I didn't get my first class exam, but they have, since it's NWEA testing, I just want to make sure everybody has all the time that they need. Taking attendance. Taking attendance. I will call you so that you can tell me. Please say present when I call your name because attendance wasn't taken on JoJo. Raymond?
Present.
Israel?
Present.
Darius?
Present.
G is here. Jaden?
Present.
Michaela? Madeline?
Present.
Omar?
Present.
Savannah? Deja?
Here. Oh, present.
Sine?
Present.
Julio? Ariana? Destiny? Toriel? Cherish?
Here.
Alan? Princess? Princess? Isaiah? Natalia?
Present.
Zariah no longer goes to school here. She might have told you that. You might have thought that, but it was actually her mom disenrolled her yesterday. I called her Wednesday. I called her on Wednesday to check on her. Not to say, did your daughter disenroll? But I called to check because I didn't know if she was ill, if there was anything else. And then she did message me back and I asked her if she would call the school and disenroll. Janiyah? Erthan?
Present.
Jeremiah? So, you actually have 100% attendance because, and Mr. Atkins will identify that because Zariah is no longer enrolled, but she is still on attendance. So until she comes off, I'll still call her name. So let me fix it on Dojo. Everybody's here, so I've actually already removed Zariah's name off from here. Everybody is present. I'll give you your points on here because I don't know when to do that. Okay. And I do want a new projector, but I did need it for sure today. Let's see, I think I gave everybody, did I do that? Did everybody present? Give everybody points for being present. Thank you for being patient. I don't know what this is. What is that? Looks like maybe Spanish. You know that's my pet peeve, right?
Yes.
Oh, using my board and didn't erase? What is that? Bothering everybody, huh? straggler. Okay, let's see. I need to make sure I check. Everybody present. I don't know if everybody was on time. However, I will check uniforms. I need to see everybody's shirt. So if your shirt, your jacket is zipped all the way up to your neck and chin, please unzip it a little bit just so I can see your shirt. She checked uniform?
Yeah.
Then I'm not going to give you extras. Tanae, can you hand out today's lesson, please? Binders go on the back of your chairs. They don't go on the floor. They're not on the desk. If you need a pencil, please ask for it now. Don't ask for it after I've started the lesson. And you're supposed to already be writing. Jared, can you please put Deja's name down? Toriel and G. And Drenaya. Quick questions before we get started, Savannah.
It was a compliment. I like your Spanish.
Oh, thank you.
That's what everybody tells you.
Oh, okay. I like that you put it in there. Thank you. You noticed that right away. I just put it up about 20 minutes ago. And nobody noticed anything?
No, I did.
Oh, wait.
I did.
It's like scavenger hunt almost, huh?
Yeah.
I know, but you are like really loud. Gee, there's no one on there? Okay, just a moment, yes? Oh.
You got them everywhere.
This is in front of my desk as well. They're decorative gourds. They're gourds. It's just yeah, for fall. Usually this is when they grow, but these are decorative. They're not edible. You cannot eat them. However, have you been seeing the pumpkins around that have the warts on there? They look like warts to me.
Yeah, they are warts. That's nasty.
I know,
But
but
people still eat it. I was at the store and it has.
are they green? Huh? I don't know, but that's just a new thing that I guess people like the green warts on them. It just looks it's very strange, but I do like it because it's strange. Oh, I do like. Okay, so Cherish, go ahead.
That's when you're always in trouble.
Are you listening, Cherish? Go ahead. Track Cherish.
I like your sticker on the cabinet.
Oh, you see my sticker on the
I
cabinet?
just saw that.
Oh.
And your one right under the toy.
Yeah.
I didn't see that one.
Oh, got him, coach.
So my son plays soccer. He went to San Francisco State, and he said, "Oh, I got some stuff for you in your homeroom. Your the mascot. Your college, San Francisco State." I said, "Yeah." He said, "I'm at San Francisco State. I'm gonna go to the bookstore and get you something." Thank you, son. Thank you, son. So sweet. Okay, here we go. We're getting started on the lesson. Unit 3, Lesson 9, Drenaya. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you wanted to read. Since you were just like really trying to get my attention. Yes, Drenaya, read my key point for today. Madeline, read the think about it.
Okay.
Think about it. Using what you learned last year and what you know about vertical and horizontal number lines, plot each of the points below on the coordinate plane and be prepared to defend your answer. Label each point with the corresponding letter.
Coordinate. Can everybody repeat coordinate?
Coordinate.
So it does almost sound like you're saying two different words, co and then ordinate, but it kind of blends together. Excuse me. Coordinate. Everybody repeat coordinate.
Coordinate.
Coming around at one time and checking to make sure that you have your name on your paper and then also that you've started on the lesson. You do have 5 minutes. If you finish within the 5 minutes, because you're just plotting 4 points, you need to utilize the entire 5 minutes by annotating, making sure you've annotated. Make sure you label your points. label with the coordinate points and also label with the letter. Because I think it does say label. Label each point with the corresponding letter.
You put the coordinates, please. And also the letter that it corresponds. Huh? These are coordinates. I need for you to put the letter also, A, B, C, D. Thank you. Yes, I'm ready. You want it. Label the coordinates, label them. 2, 5 in parentheses next to the A. Label your points. What is this, B? And then put B is -4, 6. Make sure you put that down, please. The coordinates are actually -4, 6. Got that? Underneath it or beside the B. Yeah. Write down the coordinates. 2, next to the A. You have the A. And 2, 5 next to it. And put parentheses. Make sure you have the points. Make sure you have the points.
You have about 2 minutes. Make sure you're still writing and you're annotating. Write down why that point belongs at where you put it.
Good. Wow. That's pretty cool. Great. Wow. That's pretty awesome. Hang tight. Label each point, please. A, you said 2.5, and then you put 2.5. I need to teach the lesson. I'm not sending anybody out until after I taught the lesson. Are they done? Yes.
Now that is loud. Here, rub your hands together and then just a little bit, and then wipe.
There's so much bass in it.
Your hands are barely dirty. I mean, they might have germs on them, but they don't look like you've been outside.
erasers so that I have them.
Cheers.
Oh, all the way back there. I didn't get my lesson.
All right, let's do our show call. Here we go, be ready. Everybody eyes up here. I actually have to cut it so that it could be able to see it.
Is that what two students work on?
Always. You do like that?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay, like that. Who likes when you see two different pieces of work? Raise your hand. Oh, put your hands down. That almost looks like who doesn't like it? Oh, did you raise your hand? You like it or you don't like it? You don't like it? It's okay. It's not like somebody fixed dinner and they're like, I don't like this, and then somebody's offended. I'm not gonna be offended. I mean, it's just a different way of teaching, but it's okay if you don't like that. It is beneficial though, because you tend to not make mistakes, or you try to like, ooh, I'm not gonna make a mistake like B did, or
It's upside down.
I know. I'm trying to get that.
There we go.
Okay. Ooh. I think it's a little different. Okay. All right. So I'll give you think time. I'll give you about 30 seconds. I need everybody tracking the board. I'm going to start with that first. Everybody should be tracking the board. Yeah, I was still waiting. Okay. I'm going to give you 30 seconds of think time. You should be looking up here. You should not be looking at your paper. You should be looking up here because I said we're tracking the board, looking up here. This is scholar A, and this is scholar B. I want you to really make sure you look closely. I'm going to give you, listen to my instruction, I'm going to give you 30 seconds of think time, and then I want to be able to take a vote. We'll do a vote, and then we'll do turn and talk, okay? 30 seconds of think time, go. I need for you to be tracking. The think time does not mean that we're talking and saying anything. All right, let's vote. If you agree with A, don't put your hands up yet. If you agree with A, you'll put your left hand up. You see, I have my back to you, so those who are a little confused with left and right. Left hand up, and those who think B, it'll be right hand up. Ready? Go. I see right hands, right hands, right hands. I see right. Dang. Stella.
No.
Oh. Okay, well turn and talk, because I see all right hands. Turn and talk and say why.
Okay.
Say why.
They did it like this. They put
Chica, chica, boom, boom. 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 Oh, now I got 100%. Okay. So, Madeline, can you please represent your group? Can you tell me why? Tell me which one you agree with, or you can tell me which one you disagree with. But I want to hear a reason why you agree or why you disagree.
I respectfully agree with student B because One of the rules of coordinates, X goes first and Y goes second. And I disagree with A.
Hold on, you can't have it all, hang on.
Exactly.
Rules of coordinate, you said X goes first. And you said X goes first and
And Y goes second.
Y goes second, okay. Somebody have something else they could share. Represent your group, Savannah.
We respectfully disagree with student A because on point A, instead of having X go first, they put Y first. So instead of having 2, 5, they put 5, 2.
They labeled what first?
5.
Which is the Y.
Yes.
They labeled the Y first.
And then X.
And X second. Which is wrong. Which is wrong.
Wrong.
How do you know that? How do you know that? Because at the beginning of I didn't teach you 5th grade, but it did say something about using what you learned last year. Tell me about something that you learned last year. Probably a build on somebody. Deja.
I want to build on what Madeline said. In 5th grade, we learned the rules of coordinates that X always goes first.
Okay, so this is coordinate plotting. So we're plotting points, and you're right, it does go in that order. When we're plotting points, it needs to be that X first, then the Y. Doesn't that make sense with our alphabet? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, X,
Yeah.
X, Y, X, Y. I will tell you that there is a Z plane.
Oh yeah.
When you get to college, get to that college level, there is a Z plane, and that Z plane is 3-dimensional, and it comes out of that plane. You don't have to worry about that till you get to college, but just so you know, there is a Z plane. You might have gone, why did they just do X and Y and they just do Y, Z? Because there is a Z plane, you will learn about that later. However, this is correct, that when we plot, it's X, Y. So let's look right here. Can somebody please tell me the first, A is which point? Julia, can you tell me A is what point?
A is 2.
It's 2, 5. How many? Actually, it doesn't matter how many. Yes, go ahead. G, as she's coming out, can you hold the door for her? 2, 5. And so when I plot these points, how do I plot? You said I plot the X and then the Y first. Go ahead, Israel. Tell me, where do I start?
You start with a +2.
Okay. Let me give you something else. Let me give you something else. When we start plotting, we always start at the origin. I have a place right here. Right here. This is called the origin. That point, who knows the points of the origin? Who knows the points of the origin? Alan, what are the points of the origin? They are 0, 0. So looking here, we always start at the, everybody?
Origin.
We always start at the?
Origin.
I start at the origin and then I do what, Israel? Which way do I go? Left, right, up, down?
Right.
I move right to
2.
the 2 and then I go up to the 5. This dollar went backwards. Do you see that? They did. Oh, it is. They went up to 2. Yeah, but we gotta always move along the x-axis first. Okay, so the rest of them are plotted. B moved over to the left. Then we came up. Then for point C, moved over to the left for -1, 3, and then came down. And then for point D, we moved to the right to 3, and then came down to -2. The one thing that I do know that in 5th grade you learned was you actually were only given one. Let's only show the right one. You were. Oh, I didn't make it. Didn't like that. I have to move my origin. It's not so good. How come I did that? How about that?
Yep.
A little bit better. Okay. So the one thing that you focused on though last year was you focused on this area here. You focus on this area here. All right. What do you notice though about this coordinate plane? What do you notice about the coordinate plane? Turn and talk within your group and talk about what things you see.
No, it's not. In this plane, no, it's not. She said
Chica. Thank you, Eartha. What do you notice? What do you notice about, Sinead, what do you notice about my coordinate plane?
That they're all negative?
They're all negatives?
No.
They are? I don't actually think that I want to show this, only because I'd rather show the one that's here. Sorry. Let's show this one, because it's a bigger one. That one's good. Okay, I like that. Okay, again, I'll have this shaded to show what side you guys were on last year. And so tell me something, Sinead, sorry. Tell me something. I don't think you told me it yet, did you? You did? What'd you say? What did you say? Go ahead, Sinead, tell me something about the whole coordinate plane. This was your focus last year. Tell me something. What's positive? Alan, help me out. Or build off of what she said. There's 4 quadrants. What are quadrants? What are quadrants? Give me a simpler term. What are quadrants, Earthon?
Quadrants are boxes that you put the X, Y, and Z.
Oh, so does anybody notice that? That I have, it looks like what Alan said is it's separated into 4 boxes, like what Earthon is saying. And so there are 4 quadrants and they are named accordingly. However, there's a bit of a trick to the naming and also the positioning, where they're actually located. So this is quadrant 1. Did I just write a 1?
That's an I.
That's an I. Are you sure?
No, it's a 1.
Are you sure? Let me see. You sure that's just it's not a 1? Are you sure? Are you sure? Oh, I hear a lot of talking and I see some quiet hands. Curious.
That's a 1.
That is a 1. What kind of 1 is that, Curious?
Roman 1.
It's a Roman numeral 1. Okay?
I didn't know.
These are not named like this. You don't name them like that. You have to name them with a Roman numeral. Okay? Here's the other thing. They didn't put the 1 here and then say 2, 3, 4. They named them counterclockwise. This is quadrant 2. What do you think this quadrant is, everybody?
Oh, they're all right there.
And this quadrant right here is quadrant 4. Thank you. So quadrant 1, 2, 3, and 4. Make sure you label them. I'm going to put my points back on here. I have 2, 5. I have B is -4 and then 6. This is B. And then C is -1, -3. And D is 3, -2. So for instance, Omar, can you please tell me which quadrant B is in?
B in quadrant 2.
B is in quadrant 2. Do you all agree?
Yes.
You do not agree. Toriel, where do you think B is located? Which quadrant do you think B is located in? He's correct? Okay, he misspoke. Jaden, tell me where quadrant, tell me what point is located in quadrant 4.
D.
D. Let me make sure it's clear that our 4 quadrants. One, 2, 3, and 4. How do I write 4? Only because 4 is the one that starts to be like, it's not just 1, 2 / 3. Raymond,
Like an I and a T.
it is an I and a V. V is 5. And whenever there is a Roman numeral that is less than the next one, it's a subtraction. FYI.
What that decides to do with my D and stuff.
It's just how they imprinted things, like in stone. Okay?
Yeah, it was
It's much easier for them to do that, to make straight lines, V and X,
It's way easier than just putting 1,000
and an M,
lines.
yes, an M, straight lines, instead of a 3. Kind of hard when you just have, a hammer or whatever, I can't remember the name of the tool when you have a hammer in it. Okay, like a chisel, okay? Let's see. So can somebody tell me about this point A? This point A is the point 25. Could point A is in which quadrant? What quadrant did you say, Omar?
1.
It's in quadrant 1. Could point A, the point 25, be in quadrant 4? Could it be in quadrant 4? Turn and talk to your neighbor. Could it be in quadrant 4? Could the point 25 be in quadrant 4?
It cannot be in
Down
quadrant
there.
four because
Negative number.
The Y coordinate negative.
The y-axis is positive, but the numbers that go around the x-axis.
This one was correct.
No. Oh, see how the x has all the numbers like positive and positive, like it's
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jaden, tell me about point A. Tell me, can it be located, the point 25, could that be located in quadrant 4? Why?
Because for A it has 2 positive numbers, but in the y coordinate that's negative numbers. But the x is positive.
Negative numbers, plural,
Yeah.
in quadrant 4?
Yes.
Negative numbers. I like what you're saying, I'm just not sure about the negative numbers.
Okay, so quadrant 4 is made up of negative and positive numbers, and
Tell me in what order, negative and then positive?
no,
or-
and positive then negative.
Oh,
But A has only both positive numbers. That's,
oh, A or which quadrant? Which quadrant?
1.
Quadrant 1 only has positive.
Positive.
We'll just do that for now. Can somebody else tell me something about the coordinate plane? You told me that it's divided into 4 pieces. What's dividing it? Who knows what's dividing my quadrant? Turn and talk within your group. What's dividing my quadrant?
That line is made of four rays that's circled together, or just got close.
Natalia, represent your group. What's dividing the quadrants into, what's dividing the coordinate plane into those four quadrants?
The vertical and horizontal lines.
So I have a vertical and a horizontal. Are there numbers on it? Oh,
Yes.
number lines. Oh, I'm glad y'all think that I'm taking these notes for me. 'Cause I don't know.
Can I put it on? Oh wait.
Absolutely. Bill, curious?
The vertical and horizontal lines, they divide the whole square into four coordinates and the numbers on the sides is X and Y.
Oh, I like it. Which one represents my X? Cameron, finish.
Okay, the first number represents your X and the Y represents your second.
Okay. And so my horizontal line, this horizontal line is called an axis. It's an axis. The variable that represents that horizontal axis is what? What axis is that? Say it, Alice. My x-axis represents my horizontal line that divides my quadrants. And most coordinate planes will have it. Do you see the X on your paper?
Yep.
And my vertical line that divides it is which one, Destiny? My Y. It's on there. It's at the very top. And this is my Y-axis. Here's another FYI. There are two axes. Two axes. See my spelling? One axis, A-X-I-S. Two axes, A-X-E-S. Two axes divide the coordinate plane into four quadrants. My vertical number line, which is my y-axis, and my horizontal number line. And they join, they meet up where? I need a hand. Where do they meet up? Janiyah, where does my y-axis and my x-axis meet up? And what is that called? It has a name. At the origin. They join. I don't think I like my word.
Beat up.
They cross. Yeah, they intersect. That's my word. I'm sorry.
Intersection.
Hold on. I just drew a blank.
Intersection.
They intersect the x-axis and y-axis. Intersect at the origin. Again, I need to know, Princess, what are the coordinates of the origin? Somebody already gave that to me. We gotta make sure we're always taking those. Tell me, G. 0, 0. When you're writing the coordinates, you have to have the parentheses. And you have to have a comma that separates the x and the y when I'm finished.
Oh,
Oh, here's something else that I've seen before. And I don't want anybody to be tricked. I'll get you in just a moment. What about this point right here? I need to know what are the coordinates of this point right here. Right here. Alan, what's the coordinates of it? -6. Can't see that. -6, 0. I'm going to give you about 10 seconds of think time. Which coordinate is -6, 0 located in? 10 seconds of think time. Don't say. Don't say. turn and talk in your group. I think that's stumped y'all. Thank you. Madeline.
What my group said is that a -6 and 0 will be at 0 because
Oh, I asked which quadrant.
Karen said that straight up.
I said that was my fault.
What'd you say? My fault? Who said my fault? I said the wrong thing? Oh, that's all right. That's all right. Let curious. Brandon, I'm not that funny.
Why you trying to like that?
Curious, redeem yourself then. You said I said the wrong thing to my group. Go ahead.
Okay, so the coordinate 0 would be is number 1.
Coordinate -6, 0? You mean to tell me it's up?
No, it'll be number.
You telling yourself no? Go ahead.
Yeah, it will be number 3.
Number 3. You said yes? Somebody agree?
No.
Does anybody have anything different? G.
That would be number 2.
2. 2?
Wait, I said 3.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you think it's something other than quadrant 2 or 3, raise your hand. Somebody thinks it's either 2 or 3?
Me.
No, you just told me 3. What do you think? You just told me 2.
You said you think
It's something other than 2 or 3. It's not located in any quadrant.
Yes. Oh wait.
Yo, write it down. Write it down. Write it down.
Wow.
This person I can't see. What?
You talk so much, yo. I just can't say
If a point lies on an axis, whether it's my x-axis or my y-axis, it does not lie in any quadrant. I hope that's what I wrote.
Yes.
If a point lies on an axis, let me put down x or y,
Wait,
x-axis or y-axis, it does not lie in any quadrant. Curious.
When I started talking to my group, at first I said 0 was in the middle, so it is no coordinate.
Oh, but yeah. So yeah, for sure, if it's 0, 0, it's not in any quadrant. But as soon as I go half into quadrant 2, or half, even if I'm at -6, negative half, now I'm in quadrant 3. But if I'm on the axis, no quadrant. So if what Raylan has said is that it has to, when I asked about point A, if 2, 5 lies in, if it can only lie in A and it cannot lie in this quadrant because it says that it's a negative, it's a positive and a negative, then tell me how many points, how many quadrants can a point lie in? Tell me how many quadrants can a point lie in? Turn and talk within your group. How many I don't think I said that right. No. How many quadrants can a point lie in? I said that. I did say that? Then that's what I meant to say. How many quadrants can 1 point lie in? I said what I meant to say.
You just told us.
How many quadrants quadrants can 1 point land?
One.
You said 1? Why?
One because if you have a point that's like x-axis is 5 and y-axis is 8.
It's just me and Israel. Just me and Israel. Thank you, Israel. I need for your focus. I know you should be able to hear that. I know you're a little bit focused. So then tell me, Jaden, how many quadrants can 1 point lie in?
1.
1. I'm gonna go back to Raylan. Raylan, what are my x and y values? I have plus x and plus y. My x will be positive, and my y will be positive. You see, I'm on the positives, and then I'm in the positive still. Okay, then Ariana, no, I'm asking Ariana, what would my values be over here? What would my x values be? Okay, thank you. Negative x, and my y will be? Yes. Savannah, what about in quadrant 3? What are my x and y values?
Negative x and negative y.
Ooh. Alan, give me quadrant 4. Oh, okay. I asked it and I realized it was already written. Positive x and negative y. So where are my positive values located? In which quadrant are my positive values located in? Israel.
1. The first
Say 1 what? Or first what?
First quadrant.
Okay, thank you. I want to hear my vocabulary. Curious, where are my negative
Negative quadrants.
yes, my negative values located in?
Your negative values are located in quadrant 3.
Good. And Destiny, tell me where would a positive and a negative value be located?
It will be located on quadrants 2 and 4.
Okay, 2 or 4. So where would my negative x and my positive y be? Which quadrant?
On quadrants 2 or 4.
No, positive x and negative y.
Oh.
Look like she got it. Positive x, negative y. You only got to determine between 2 or 4.
It will be on quadrant 4.
Good. And tell me, what am I going to find in quadrant 2? All right. For my key point, tell me, Cherish.
Whatever your quadrant
Coordinate plane.
whenever you find on coordinate plane, y comes first and then x comes after.
I do like that. It was more. That looks like 10. Tell me more about what we were saying about how many points, how many quadrants a point lies on. Deja.
A point can lie in 1 quadrant.
Yes. Coordinate. Oh, okay, sorry. Points? Reset that! But it's just that you guys got math side right. Points on a coordinate plane. Say again, Deja.
Can only be in 1 quadrant.
I thought I told you one more thing though. I thought I told you one more thing. Except.
Oh!
Except what, Jaden?
If one of the coordinates are on the axis.
If one of the what?
The coordinates?
One of the, okay, if one of the,
Points.
One of the points are on the axis.
Actually, I didn't give you that vocabulary. I called it pairs,
Oh.
because they're pairs, they're two.
If coordinate,
Except if,
if a coordinate pair is on the axis.
or point, this was really just the key point, but I didn't want you to think that it could only be in one of the four. Okay, let's get on with our interaction with new material. I need to write passes.
Okay.
Okay, come on, bring it. Bring it. Thank you. Great. I mean, Cherish, I need for you to go downstairs. You know I'm not sending all of you at once. Carrie's had his hand up, so, fellas, you don't have to wait. I'll send somebody downstairs. But girls, you gotta wait for one of them to come back. I'm not doing water. People have to use the bathroom, so if you want water, put your hand up. Savannah, you just have to wait for one of them to come back. I'm coming out. Michaela, I'm coming to you after Elm.
I don't even remember if I recorded.